I, Does everybody have a chair? Notes, please. I'm going to be giving you a notebook in a little bit. And so, but yeah, you should have a notebook or something that you could keep, like these notes. The notebook that I'm giving you a lot of time is for projects that you're working together. Here, guys, let's move that table. Okay. What? Yes. Okay. Flip it 90 degrees. No. This way so it's in line. That looks good. All right, couple of things. If I could have your attention, what we're going to be working on now is in Google Classroom would be, oh, and I already forgot. All right. In Google Classroom is going to be, what is it under? Brainstorming. All right. Brainstorming. And so, if you follow on, write a few notes. We just finished concept sketching, and the reason I teach concept sketching before brainstorming, what do you think? Yeah, right. And now, am I foolish enough to think, oh, okay, I gave them one assignment in sketching, they are now experts on it. No, I know that that's not true, but I just wanted to make sure that we could talk about the importance of that. Go from there, okay? I do want you to write down the rules of brainstorming. So, Samson, that's a terrible idea.
I'm going over a project in sports society, so I might not come to that.
Okay, yep. All right, thanks for letting me know.
Yes.
And so we got some basic rules. Capture all ideas, no matter if they seem foolish, strange, weird, stupid. Reserve judgment for later. When you are brainstorming, it is a free flow. There is no judgment. There's no evaluation of the idea. And that is a hard concept to get through because it's human nature to go, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, really? That's human nature. During the brainstorming process, there should be none of that. Okay? Allow all members to contribute. And if not, besides allowing them, encourage all members to participate. Japanese have come up with a manufacturing product called Kaizen. And I don't know much more than it's basically listening to the person that's running the machine. Okay? Listen to all people. For a long time, we've had a top-down management system where the boss tells and the lowly employee dare not say anything. Well, we found that to not be extremely effective. And that to be the most effective, we need to listen to all. And that's why I brought this up. When we're brainstorming, hey, there might be that shy person in your group that has a brilliant idea. Make sure that you try to, as a leader or as a person, you try to pull that out of them. Okay? No criticism allowed. Reserve judgment. I talked a little bit about that already. Work for quantity to allow quality ideas in the future. What does quantity mean? The amount. Yes, we want a large amount of ideas. This is what's going to happen when you're brainstorming, and I guarantee it. I got a great idea. I'm going to throw a bunch of other things down, and we're going to do this first idea because this is a good idea. Okay? We don't judge yet. Okay? We want quantity. We want 20 brainstormed ideas. And then we go through them and see which one's good, which one isn't. Okay? We welcome piling on. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, oh, hey, that was my idea. Yes, it was. Okay? When you're in a group brainstorming, it's our idea. Okay? And somebody jumps on and piles on yours, that's a good thing. Okay? Even if they make a slight modification to yours and you feel like it's 99% yours and 1% theirs, write it down. Allow for a free-for-all. I will say this when I'm dealing with 14, 15-year-olds to 18-year-olds. Free-for-all, maybe tone down just a little bit, okay? But what they're trying to say is we don't try to put a lot of rules into your brainstorming, okay? It doesn't have to happen in a sterile environment. In fact, it doesn't happen well in a sterile environment, they have found. When I took a class, this was 20 plus years ago in brainstorming. It was just brainstorming. It was with some 3M employees, some teachers, and we came up with, and we had to brainstorm flavor for candy, and it was about this many people in my class. And so we're sitting down, and we had 3 people writing down 3 different white pieces, those papers that come off, and they were writing them, and there's 3M, so they could take them off and then stick them on the wall. And the brain drain, basically, just everybody spew all your ideas that you can think for candy flavors. Then they took us to the other room and let us they had all this different types of fruit, from oranges, strawberries to, kiwis and all this unique fruit. And so we ate it, and then we came back and we brainstormed again. Then they took us back to the same room, and then we were eating all these different types of candies. It's kind of a fun class, right? And then we come back and brainstormed again. And the reason why is you get up, if things aren't going well, take a break, take a walk, and go on. Encourage big thinking. And we're going to you'll have a video on this next unit about big thinking. And how about seemingly foolish ideas can turn into be big ideas. I'm going to everybody have these 7 written down? No. Okay, it's on Google Classroom, so I'm going to move on. But that's where you can find it. All right, recording ideas, there's different ways. You don't need to write this down, okay? I just want you paying attention. There's the Post-it notes where everybody writes their idea on the Post-it note and puts it up there, okay? You can also have, like I said, a few note takers that are going to write the idea. The problem with that sometimes is the note taker might not quite understand your idea and might not communicate it as well. And there's many different ideas. Most of the time here, you're just going to get in your group of 3 or 4, and you're going to brainstorm ideas. If you're having trouble or you need some help, there's a Scamper acronym called Scamper to generate new and different ideas. Substitute something, combine it with something else, adapt something to it, magnify or add to it, modify it, put it to some other use, eliminate something, rearrange it, reverse it. Okay, so that's another way of brainstorming when things start getting slow. And then there's what we call mind mapping, and you've seen these a little bit. Okay, and here's an example. Oh, no, over here. Here's an example of how we can solve global warming. A brainstorming technique of how we can solve global warming. Okay, and there's all the main problem, and then there's less waste food, travel, energy, and create change. Okay, and how we can do each one of those goes off into branches. Okay, this is important. Concept, general dysfunctions. What to do why groups don't brainstorm well. And assuming that there's only one right answer is the most common within this class since I've been teaching. I have a good idea. Let's go. We want to get started. I want to build. I want to start creating it. Okay? It takes discipline to keep working on your idea. Okay? I really see this in robotics all the time. Using a poor design brief, getting hooked on the first solution. Okay? Considering the ideas from only one or two team members and not allowing everybody else because, typically it's the most loud or the most one that's the most boisterous is the one that has the best ideas. No. Okay? Does that make sense? But a lot of times that's what, and if you look back at your group work, I'll bet you that's what happens a lot. Feeling too anxious to finish a project, especially in school. Becoming frustrated by lack of success and getting hooked on a solution that almost works. And then you go back to it and go back to it. Okay? And sometimes you've got to go in at a different angle. Okay? All right, I have a PowerPoint on there. I see some of you are looking at it right now that kind of goes through some of this. But what we're going to do for a project, oh shoot, I didn't need to go back that far. All right. Okay, it says here, how many of you like your cell phone? I think it's pretty nice. Not like the design of it, like the feel of it, like all that. Okay? From that cell phone to the video games, to your plan, to the clothes that you're wearing right now, all were decided, chosen by you. What caused you to put those clothes on? What caused you to buy that cell phone? Might be that maybe your sister had it, okay, and then you got it down. Or maybe you went out and picked that cell phone. But when you go and buy something, why did you buy it? From the shoes that you're wearing to the backpack in your locker. Design plays a key role to that. In teams of 2 or 3, you are going to brainstorm ways to enhance. And I don't have, you know, those plain white foam cups that for coffee? I couldn't find one, so I'm using this, okay? And this already is an enhanced design because it's got a cup, got a nice pretty picture on it, okay? And we are going to brainstorm as many ideas as we can in a course of, what do we got for time? And so I'm going to give you about 2-3 minutes to ask questions about what it is that the project that you're going to be working on. And then I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and you're going to select as many ideas as you can. Okay? Again, looking at the rules. So are we looking at quality or quantity? Quantity. Okay? And so we're going to want as many ideas as possible. Then I'm going to say, stop. And I want a sketch from each one of you. Each one of you are going to pick which cup idea you like the best. Okay? And then you're going to come up and you're going to make a sketch on it. And if we have time, we don't. I'd love to be able to present them, have you come up and present them, but we're not. But you're going to make the Google slide presentation, PowerPoint presentation, Prezi, I don't care, about your cup idea. Again, using the rules of brainstorming. Your cup idea can be as outlandish, creative, does not have to be able to happen. Be true. The technology does not need to exist. That of what you are thinking. Does that make sense? I mean, so we're talking any type of idea that you can come up with a cup. Okay?
Does it have to be that size?
It does not. There is all we're starting with, honestly, is a basic cup. And you're going to brainstorm how you can make it the best cup possible. And again, it doesn't have to be possible. It doesn't have, so we're not looking at, designing this later on. We're just looking for creative, fun ideas. Okay? So with that, do you want me to put you in groups or do you want to
Pick. Us pick. Let us pick.
Okay, so you got all right. You guys, should we just work out how we're kind of doing our tables? Is that okay? Okay. Is that all right? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do that for right now. You 3 want to work together? Okay. Where are you sit here? You want to work in this group right here?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, so I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to kind of get situated, and then I'm going to say go, and you're going to have 10 minutes. Caleb, you have a partner. No? Okay. Are you 3 left together?
So they build access, set recorder, and speaker program. Brainstorm cabinets for keys to identify instance locations. Next item, therefore, becomes small and
Automatic.